On guys, DK back at you in another video here for the NBA main slate here on Thursday. We got a little smaller slate here, only 4 games. But first, real quick, we'll look to see how we did last night. So I about split my head-to-heads, but overall, ended up it was a losing night. Ended up losing money. So my final lineup here was Trae Young, Okogie, Cedi Osman, Kuzma, Wendell Carter Jr., Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, and DeAndre Ayton. Man, it was a pretty frustrating night to say the least. So we had Trae Young. He got in foul trouble, 3 fouls. He didn't see any action at all in the second quarter, and then picked up a 4th foul early in the third. So he missed out on about 15 minutes of action that he would have seen if he wasn't in foul trouble. And he put up 30 fantasy points. So imagine Trae Young with 15 more minutes. I think he easily exceeds 50 fantasy points. So yeah, that was. I mean, foul trouble it's all part of DFS. We got unlucky. I mean, what can you do? A point guard getting in foul trouble is pretty rare, but it happens. You got to move on. And then Devin Booker, again, he was killing the Lakers, and then he got injured midway through the third. He pulled a hammy and did not return. So he put up 41 in limited minutes. So we probably would have seen another 10 to 12 minutes of Devin Booker. So I think he easily exceeds 50 fantasy points there. And then, it's an awesome night if Trae Young doesn't get in foul trouble and Devin Booker doesn't get injured. But again, that's part of daily fantasy. It's unlucky, but it happens. So then Okogie, that was kind of because of Wiggins was out. He was plug-in for salary relief. Cedi Osman, I will take the L on this. I talked about him in the video. Just had an off night. He had a great match appearance Brooklyn. Just did not perform, so I will take the L on that. Kuzma, he saw limited minutes again because the Lakers blew out Phoenix. If he would have seen a full allotment of minutes, I think he would have easily got there. Wendell Carter Jr., that was more salary relief again. Luka Doncic, I talked about him in my video. He did pretty good. Same thing with DeAndre Ayton. And then 2 guys that I also talked about that did not make my final lineup were Cameron Payne and were JaVale McGee. And they both had amazing nights. Just didn't pick the right guys. Had the right player pool. But again, foul trouble and injuries. What can you do? That's daily fantasy. The good thing about daily fantasy is we can get right back into it the next day. So let's look into today's slate. So we got 4 games, like I said. So Portland and Orlando is 215 over under. Cleveland and Detroit is 221. Boston, Oklahoma City is 214. And Denver, LA is 238. So obviously the one sticking out the page to me is Denver and LA. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about kind of all the players here since it's only 4 game slate. So yeah, let's get right into it. Westbrook here at 10-5. So not the best matchup against Boston. They're a pretty good defensive team. But it is Russell Westbrook, and he's only 10-5. So I don't think he's a cash game play, but certainly he is in play for GPPs. We've seen Westbrook, again, the worst matchups, put up 70, 80 fantasy points. So he's certainly in play for GPPs. Damian Lillard. So this Portland-Orlando game is kind of a game I'm off. Kind of low over under. I don't really feel good about it. I think Portland could come in and blow him out. But Lillard here, he's been doing very good in his first 3 games. Good matchup against Orlando. DJ Augustine is not a good defender. If this game stays close, I definitely can see Lillard putting up another 50 bomb. But right now for me, not in play for cash. Only GPP viable. 7,300 Kyrie Irving. This is for sure a cash game play and GPPs. It's just way too cheap. I've talked about him a couple times here in my videos. And he's seeing an uptick in minutes here, 36, 32, 34. And he's going to see Russell Westbrook defense. We know Westbrook's not a great defender. Kyrie, after his cold shooting night, opening night, has picked up the pace here. And like I said, he's seen more minutes. So I really like Kyrie here for 7,300. Lonzo Ball. Certainly in play here, 6,400 against Denver, that high over-under. He's going to pick up Jamal Murray defense. That's a cupcake matchup. So definitely a good matchup here for Lonzo Ball. The only issue I have with him is LeBron James. So he's going to be running the point a lot. LeBron is when he's out there. So that kind of hurts Lonzo's value a little bit. So he's kind of a fringe cash game play. Certainly in play for GPPs. I don't know if he's going to make my lineup for cash games. Dennis Schroeder, GPPs only. They did use him and Westbrook a lot together. In Westbrook's first game, he saw 32 minutes. So certainly viable here at 6,300. Again, just not the best matchup here against Boston. CJ McCollum here, 6,100 against Orlando. Again, I don't really have a great feel about this game. And CJ's just like kind of the second piece there in the Portland offense. So again, I mean, you could look at him for GPPs, but I don't think I'm going to go that way. Jamal Murray, for sure, 5,900. He's definitely in play for cash and GPPs. So we saw he kind of got injured in Golden State with that hip injury. He played very, very bad with Will Barton out. But he came back, and he only played 18 minutes against the Kings, but I mean, they blew him out, so they didn't really need him to play a full allotment of minutes. He did put up 30 fantasy points in only 18 minutes. If this game stays close, I do think Jamal Murray pushes 30 to 35 minutes. In this up-tempo matchup, he is certainly in play. Reggie Jackson, I mean, again, this Cleveland-Detroit game I don't really have a great read on it. It's kind of like the Portland or Orlando game. I just don't have a good feel. If you're going to go Detroit, I would prefer Andre Drummond of anyone. And then I think I would prefer Ish Smith cheaper. Ish Smith seeing a lot of minutes. And again, it's like 1,000 cheaper than Reggie Jackson. So I don't know if I want to go there with Reggie. DJ Augustine. So he has seen an uptick in minutes here, 35 and 30 minutes each of the last two games. The only issue is it's kind of a crapshoot. We don't know when. He could get limited. If he plays bad, it will be Jerian Grant getting 30 minutes and DJ Augustine being limited. So I don't think I want to go there on this 4-game slate. George Hill, again, he's just not seeing the minutes. Definitely don't want to go there. Ish Smith, like I said, if I want to go for any cheap piston, it's certainly him. 29, 28, and 33 minutes, only 4,400. Certainly a play for cash games for Ish Smith. Monte Morris, if for some reason Jamal Murray gets limited or ends up being out, I think Jamal Murray will be fine. But Monte Morris will certainly be in play. He saw 29 minutes against the Kings. That was partly because of the blowout. But only 4,300. He's in play for GPPs. Terry Rozier, I talked about him early in the season, how I liked him. He was seeing more minutes then, 27, 23, but he's kind of getting limited here. So it hurts the appeal of Terry Rozier. I don't think I want to go there, but it very much boosts the appeal of Kyrie Irving. So that's why I'm definitely on Kyrie today. Marcus Smart, again, I mean, he'll see probably about 20 minutes. So certainly he's in play for salary relief. So yeah, let's go to shooting guard. So at the top here, at 6,500 is Gary Harris. These Denver Nuggets are just sticking out the page. I really like a lot of Denver today. Again, so with Will Barton out, him and Jamal Murray are going to pick up more usage. They're going to start Torrey Craig also in the lineup, but he's a pretty low usage guy. So it's going to boost guys like Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Paul Millsap, and Jokic. I like all of them. I think all of them are certainly in play here. Gary's got a great matchup here against the Lakers. Again, he was kind of limited against the Kings, but that was because of a blowout. He should see 35 minutes if this game stays close, only 6,500. I think Gary Harris is a lock and load play for me today. Josh Hart, again. I really like this kid. I don't know, for some reason it's not loading. But Josh Hart is 6,200. I really like him. He's going to pick up probably Gary Harris defense. Gary Harris is a pretty good defender. But Josh Hart should see all the minutes he can handle, so certainly don't mind going with Josh Hart. And then let's see, who have we not talked about? Evan Fournier, definitely in play here at 5,600. But again, I just don't have a great feel about this game. But Fournier has certainly picked up. He's seen an uptick in minutes and in usage. So if I had to play someone in Orlando, it's definitely Evan Fournier. So he's in play for cash and GPPs at only 5,600. Gordon Hayward, I just don't think I want to go there. He's limited to 25 minutes right now. Until we see that minutes restriction lifted, I will not be looking Gordon Hayward's way. Jaylen Brown, 5,100. I think we can do better on this 4-game slate. Reggie Bullock, I do not want to go there. Again, if I want to go cheap piston, it's Ish Smith. Nick Stauskas. So he's been pretty surprising this season. He's seeing 25 to 30 minutes a game. They're closing with Stauskas. So I certainly think he's in play here at 4,000. But again, he's just strictly basically a shooter. So if his shot is off, he can certainly lay an egg. So I think I would limit him to GPPs, but only 4,000. He can't really kill you. KCP, GPPs only. He's looked very, very bad here. But again, I mean, he is streaky, so he could get hot. You never know. No one's going to be on KCP today, so, I mean, GPPs only. Torrey Craig, more of a cash game play. He's inserted in the starting lineup. Should see 25 to 30 minutes against the Lakers. But again, he's more of a low usage guy. So only cash games for him. Lance Stevenson at 3,700. We saw he had a huge night last night. So he's going to be pretty chalky today. But for a good reason. He's a pretty high usage guy when he's on the floor. And only 3,700, he can't really kill you. So I think I will be on Lance Stevenson today, even though he's going to be pretty chalky. So let's look at small forward. At the top here, we got LeBron James at 10-7. So it's his third game in 4 nights. But again, he was limited because of a blowout against Phoenix. And then Denver, I mean, they don't really have a whole lot to guard him. So I certainly think LeBron James is definitely a stud. You want to give a hard look to here at 10-7. Again, the highest over-under of the day by far. So I certainly think LeBron James is in play for cash and GPPs. Paul George, I think he's going to go pretty low owned tonight. Again, not the best match for against Boston at 8,200. GPPs only for him. Kuzma, definitely in play here for cash and GPPs. Again, he got limited a bit with that blowout. But he should see all the run he can handle. Let's say 35 to 40 minutes here against Denver. So he's certainly in play. Aaron Gordon, again, I don't really have the best read on this game. He's GPPs only. He can get very hot, or he also can be very cold. But again, I think this could be a good spot for Aaron Gordon. So I think GPPs only for him. At only 7,100, though, that is a pretty good price tag. So GPPs only, but I think this could be a decent matchup here for Aaron Gordon. Jason Tatum, certainly in play for cash games. 6,600, that's a good price tag. I don't think I'm going to be going his way, though, today on the slate. But again, I won't talk you off him if you like Jason Tatum. Cedi Osman, no one's going to be on him today after he let down everyone last night. So GPP is only for him. I'm not looking his way against Detroit. But again, he's going to be very, very low owned. So he's certainly in play for that aspect. Al-Farouq Amino, we saw he had a big night the other night. Not someone I really like playing a lot. I mean, he does fill out the stat sheet, but on offense, he kind of stands in the corner. So if his shot's not on, I don't think he can get you there. So I don't know if I want to go with Minu. Trey Lyles is someone I talked about a lot in the preseason videos, as well as in these videos for the regular season. I think he is definitely in play for GPPs. This up-tempo matchup, I really like Trey Lyles, and I think he sees 20 to 25 minutes. I don't think he's cash game viable, but he's certainly he has that high upside. And maybe Lyles or Jokic get some foul trouble, he sees some extra run. So I think Trey Lyles, GPPs only, but I think he has a big upside here against the Lakers. I don't really want to go into these fringe Cavalier guys. Again, I think that's about it. Jeremy Grant, again, he's got that black and steel upside for salary relief. If you want to go there at 3,800, I don't mind it. You should see 25 to 30 minutes. So power forward, I think I got to talk about Blake Griffin. He just had that huge game against the 76ers, priced up here at 9,600. I don't think any. I mean, I don't know. I can't pay 9,600 for Blake Griffin. I know it's a pretty good matchup against Kevin Love, but I just don't think he's gonna continue to play like he has been. I will be off Blake Griffin. I think he might be a little popular today, but I am not buying in on Blake Griffin. Kevin Love. 8,500. I think he'll be pretty low owned today. GPPs only. He does have that huge upside. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. So I don't mind him for GPPs. Al Horford at 6,000. I mean, cash games for yeah, but it's just he doesn't really have that high upside. Tough matchup here against Steven Adams too. Now Paul Millsap here at 5,800. Certainly a play for cash games and GPPs. Again. I just really like this matchup here for these Denver starters. And Millsap, you should see, close to 30 minutes here tonight. At only 5,800, I like the buy low here on Paul Millsap. Tristan Thompson, definitely in play because Detroit runs out a big lineup with Drummond, with Blake Griffin. So they're going to need all the big bodies they can handle. And basically, it's just him and Kevin Love. Sure, they can throw Zizic in there a bit, but I don't think Tyronn Lue is going to throw him out there a lot. So I think Tristan Thompson could push 30 to 35 minutes here tonight. So certainly in play here at 4,800 for Tristan Thompson. Jonathan Isaac, he had a pretty slow first couple games. Has picked up the pace here in the last few. At 4,400, GPPs only. It's a matter of whether or not he's going to get the minutes. He's limited like 15 minutes the first couple, and then the last few games he's seen like 25. So if he's going to see 25 minutes, he is definitely a great value here at 4,400. It's just a matter of whether or not he sees those minutes. Let's see. Anyone else down here? Hernan Gomez, if you want to take a shot at the bench, I don't mind at 3,800. Yeah, I think that's about it here. So at the center position, I love Jokic today here at 9,800 against the Lakers. This is like the perfect matchup here for Jokic up and down the court. He should go off today. I really like Jokic, and I think he's the stud that I'm plugging into my lineup first, and then maybe LeBron if I can fit LeBron. But I really think Jokic is a phenomenal play here at 9,800. Another play that I really like is Andre Drummond. Again, he's going to see Tristan Thompson defense. He should have his way. Drummond has not shot the ball well. 5 of 13 and 6 of 20. 6 of 20, and he still put up 46 fantasy points. If he shoots the ball a little better here at only 9,000, that's a pretty low price tag here for Drummond. I think he could go off. So I certainly don't mind pairing Drummond and Jokic together in a lineup for GPPs. I think that has a ton of upside. If we scroll down here, though, guys, I think I'm going to be low owned. Or Vucevic here at 7,800. He put up that 70 bomb against Philly, and then followed it up with a 50 bomb against Boston. So he's been pretty hot. At only 7,800. Him and Yusuf Nurkic are in play, but I think both of them will be pretty low owned. I don't think they're cash game viable, but certainly in play for GPPs. Steven Adams, again, I think he'll be pretty low owned, but he's been nothing but producing basically here. He's going to see 35 minutes again, so I certainly don't mind Steven Adams. Same thing with Nurkic. It's whether or not he's going to get Terry Stotts. He did see minutes in the fourth quarter finally against Washington and put up a huge game. I talked about how I liked him against the Lakers, and he only saw 17 minutes. So he's GPPs only. It's a matter of whether or not he's going to see fourth quarter minutes or not. So yeah, I think Vucevic, Adams, and Nurkic are all great plays. I just don't know if I'm going to go there today with guys like Jokic, with guys like Drummond, and with a guy like JaVale McGee on the slate. But these three are certainly in play, and I think will be low owned. Now, JaVale McGee here. I talked about him in my last video. He's a great play here against Denver. They're going to need Denver plays pretty big with Jokic, with Millsap. They got Mason Plumlee at the bench. They got Trey Lyles. They have a lot of bigs. LA, not so much. They're going to need McGee to play as many minutes as he can. He saw 26 minutes in a blowout. I don't think he saw a minute in the fourth quarter. So again, if that game stays close, I think McGee pushes for 30, 35 minutes. Only 5,300. We got to give a look to this guy. I mean, I get when he was on the Warriors, he was only a putback, a block guy, but he's been very, very productive here at the Lakers. And only 5,300. I really like JaVale McGee here. It's just a matter of he could he get in foul trouble against Jokic? Yes. We saw that against Aldridge. He got in foul trouble. So it's a matter of if he stays out of foul trouble, I think McGee has another big night tonight. So I like the pairing of McGee and Jokic in a lineup. If we scroll down here, I don't think we had to go any of these guys here. Bamba, Plumlee, Pachulia, Noel. I just don't think we had to go there on this slate today. So yeah, I think that's about going to do it here for today's video. If you guys have been enjoying the content, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, follow me on Twitter. It will be in the description below. I retweet updates. I give my thoughts on stuff as news comes out. So yeah, again, that's going to do it for today's video. I will see you guys tomorrow for Friday's main slate.